Hello, dear colleagues. Nice to meet you again. Today, we are going to talk about how to design learning experiences for children using the Learning Progress Ladders method. This method is particularly effective in elementary classrooms because it caters to visual and interactive learning styles. Children can see themselves as they learn and make progress. It also helps them to develop a sense of ownership over their learning. In practice, this method can be implemented by use ladders to show steps toward goal mastery. For example, if you are teaching a math lesson on addition, you can create a ladder with each rung representing a different level of mastery. At the bottom of the ladder, you can place some simple addition problems with pictures. As the children progress, they can move up the ladder to more challenging problems with larger numbers. Or, if you're teaching a science lesson on the life cycle of a butterfly, you can create a ladder with each rung representing a different stage in the life cycle. Children can move from the bottom of the ladder, representing the egg stage, to the top rung representing the adult butterfly. To design a learning experience using the Learning Progress Ladders method, follow these steps. Determine the learning objectives. What do you want your students to learn? Break down the learning objectives into smaller steps. These will be the rungs of your ladder. Make sure that the steps are in a logical order and build on each other. For example, if you're teaching fractions, you might start with the fraction 1/2 and then move on to 1/3, 1/4, and so on. Provide opportunities for students to practice each step before they can move on to the next one. You can use games, activities, or worksheets. Use a variety of methods to keep students engaged and make learning fun. Offer choices whenever possible so that students can explore topics in greater depth or breadth. Differentiate instruction to meet the needs of all learners. Some students may need more support while others are ready for more challenging material. Be prepared to offer both. If you're teaching a large class, divide students into smaller groups so that everyone has a chance to participate. Assess student learning along the way. This will help you to make any necessary adjustments to your instruction. You can use formative assessments such as exit tickets, quick writes, or observations. When appropriate, have students reflect on their own learning. This can help them to become more self-aware and independent learners. Ask questions such as, "What did you learn today?" How can you use what you learned today in real life? How can you help others who are learning this concept? Encourage students to celebrate their success. When they reach the top of the ladder, have them reflect on how far they've come and how much they've learned. You can also have them help others who are still working on the lower rungs of the ladder. Here is an example of a learning progress ladder for a first-grade math lesson on adding to digit numbers with regrouping. The objective of the lesson is for students to be able to add to two-digit numbers with regrouping. Here's a possible sequence of lessons or a ladder that could be used to teach this objective. Start with a review of place value, then move on to adding to one-digit numbers with regrouping. Next, add two-digit numbers with no regrouping. Finally, add to two-digit numbers with regrouping. At the beginning of each lesson, assess students' prior knowledge and skills. This will help you to determine where they need additional support. During the lesson, provide opportunities for students to practice the target skill. You can use a variety of methods such as manipulatives, visuals, and real-life examples. Formative assessment can be used to monitor student progress throughout the lesson. This will allow you to make adjustments as needed. Summative assessment can be used at the end of the lesson to evaluate student learning. Some tips for implementing the Learning Progress Ladders method include keeping the number of rungs on your ladder to a minimum. You want to avoid overwhelming your students. Make sure that the steps on your ladder are clear and concise. Students should know exactly what they need to do to move to the next rung. Provide positive reinforcement and celebrate student success. When students reach the top of the ladder, differentiation is key. Be prepared to offer support to students who need it and enrichment to those who are ready for it. The Learning Progress Ladders method is a highly effective approach to teaching that can be used in a variety of subject areas. By following the steps outlined in this guide, you can create a fun and engaging learning experience for your students. So give it a try and watch your students soar to new heights of learning. Thank you for watching. Please like and share for more videos like this. Until next time, happy teaching.